Hi all, welcome to Kamagilam Field Chemistry. We are discussing Kerala PSC HST Chemistry Junior previous year question paper. We already covered 20 questions. If you did not watch the videos, I will put one link in the description box. Now let's have another 10 question. In first question is the degeneracy of the energy level of a particle in a cubic box with the quantum number nx equal to 3, ny equal to 2, nz equal to 1. Here three values are different. So nx can be 3, ny can be 3, and z can be 3. How we can arrange these three values, that we have to check, and that will give the degeneracy of the energy level. First we can write 3 2 1. Next 3 1 2, 2 2 3 1, 2 1 3, 1 2 3, 1 3 2. Like this we can arrange, and this is the maximum arrangement we can make with the three values, three different values, 3 2 1. And the degeneracy is 6. If all the values are different, then degeneracy will be 6. If all the values are same, then degeneracy will be 1. If any of the value is different, that is nx equal to ny, then not equal to nz, the degeneracy will be 3. Rotational entropy is maximum for hydrogen, nitrogen, chlorine, oxygen. According to Boltzmann distribution, large energy difference between ground state and excited state, then lower will be the population. That we can represent as nx n ex, or number of molecules in the excited state will be e raised to minus e by kt. E is the energy difference, and k is the Boltzmann constant, t is the temperature. And energy we can represent as bhc, where b is the rotational constant, h is the Planck constant, and c is the velocity of light. We can the rotational constant b we can write as h by 8 pi square I c, where I is the moment of inertia, that is given by mu r square, where mu is the reduced mass, r the distance between the two atoms, and c is the velocity of light. Now we have nitrogen, hydrogen, chlorine, and oxygen. Mu means reduced mass, so we can write this as like this, that is reduced mass of oxygen is more and reduced mass of hydrogen is less, and the order is like this. So from here you can see that the rotational constant is inversely proportional to the moment of inertia, or it is inversely proportional to the reduced mass. So we can write the rotational constant as rotational constant is maximum for hydrogen and minimum for oxygen. Due to small value of rotational constant of oxygen, the energy difference between ground state and excited state will be low. So more molecule will be found in the excited state. That is, when the energy gap is small, more molecule can excited to the higher energy level. So it will give overall higher entropy. Entropy means what? The randomness or the disorder. So when the energy difference is small, molecule can get excited to higher energy level. So it will have more entropy. So here maximum entropy is for oxygen. Next question. Number of ways in which four molecules fall in indistinguishable particle may be assigned to three energy state having energy 1 to 3 such that total energy remain 10 units. Now we have four indistinguishable particle and the total energy should be 10. And we have three energy level. First energy level have the value 1, second energy have the value 2, and third energy have the value 3. Now we have to arrange these four indistinguishable particles in order to get total energy 10. How we can arrange that thing? Now we can put one particle in the first energy level, that is E1 or E equal to 1, and the other three we can put in the energy level 3. So here overall energy is 3 plus 3 plus 3, 9 plus 1. Overall energy will be 10. In one more way we can represent this thing. In energy level 2 we can put two indistinguishable particle, and in energy level 3 we can put 2. So here 3 plus 3 6, here 2 plus 2 4, 6 plus 4 10. Like this we can arrange in two different ways. Now we have to find out number of ways, how we can find out the number of ways. For that, we have number of microstate that can be found by n factorial divided by n1 factorial into n2 factorial into n3 factorial, etc., ni factorial, where n is the number of particles, capital N is the number of particles, and small n means how many particles we distributed in each energy level. So we can write from first, we can write 4 factorial divided by 1 factorial into 3 factorial. So this is two different arrangements. So we have to add this thing. For this arrangement, we can write 4 factorial divided by 2 factorial into 2 factorial. On solving this, we will get an answer 10. This is an important equation, number of microstate, that you have to note down. You can expect questions from this section. Next, value of delta G for adsorption dash with the increase in temperature. Become more positive starting from negative value, become more negative from negative value, become more negative from a positive value, none of the above. First, we have to find out what is meant by adsorption, or what are the effect that will result from adsorption. Adsorption is an exothermic process. For an exothermic process, delta H will be negative, and adsorption is a spontaneous process. Spontaneous means delta G will be negative, and adsorption means randomness decreases. That is, on a surface, some molecules are adsorbed. That means their attraction will be higher, or the randomness decreases. So delta S will be negative. And we have an equation, delta G equal to delta H plus T delta S. Here you can see adsorption means delta G will be negative, delta H will be negative, delta S will be negative. So overall this delta G value is negative. Here delta H negative, delta S also negative. So both these negative value will give a higher negative value. When temperature increases, the randomness decreases, randomness increases. That is, when we are providing temperature, the adsorbed molecule will get free. That means randomness increases. The randomness increases means delta S will be positive, or T delta S will be positive. When we are increasing the temperature, this value will be more positive. So here delta H is negative, T delta is positive. We are increasing the temperature, so this value will be more positive. That means effectively the value will be very less than initial value. So the correct answer will be become more positive from a negative value. First, initially it was a negative value, but when we are increasing the temperature, randomness increases, so delta S will be a positive value, so T delta S will be more positive value, and a negative value plus a positive value will be either positive or negative. Depends which value is more. So when the temperature increases, the overall value, this T delta S will be more positive. So it will become more positive starting from a negative value. The catalyst used in Wacker process. Wacker process means oxidation of ethylene to acetaldehyde, that we can represent like this. This ethylene is reacting with oxygen and form acetaldehyde, and the catalyst used are palladium 2 complex, and there is a co-catalyst, that is copper 2. So the answer is PDCl4 2-. And one more question is the co-catalyst used in Wacker process, that is copper. Next question, which of the following thermal sigmatropic rearrangement is impossible? In thermal reaction, 1H hydrogen shift occur suprafacially, and 1,3 and 1,7 are anterafacial. And 1,7, in 1,7, these numbers representing what? 1,5 means this is a 5-membered chain, and 1,3 and 1,7 means 1,3 means 3-membered chain, and 1,7 means it's a 7-membered chain. So 1,3 and 1,7 it is anterafacial, and 1,5 is a suprafacial. In 1,7 the longer chain will be feasible enough to allow the transfer, but in 1,3 the 3 rigid carbon chain is too short and the hydrogen transfer is less possible. That means in sigmatropic you know that a bond is breaking, and in a 3 carbon chain the possibility of breaking and the transfer is very less. So we can write 1,3 hydrogen shift is impossible sigmatropic rearrangement in thermal condition. Next question, example for nidoborane is. We already did in last videos about some boranes. BnHn+2 representing closo, BnHn+4 representing nido, BnHn+6 representing arachno, BnHn+8 representing hypo. Here you can see B4H10 means BnHn+6, that is arachno, and here B5H9 BnHn+4, that is nido, and here B6H6 2 minus, that we can write as B6H8, that representing closo. So our also this B5H11 means BnHn+6, that means B4H10 and B5H11 are arachno, and B6H6 2 minus is closo, B5H9 is nido. So answer B is the correct answer. CH stretching vibration of acetylene occur at around. This CHS symmetric stretching means the value will be 3476 centimeter inverse, and CH asymmetric stretching is 3423 centimeter inverse, and CC stretching is 2181 centimeter inverse, and HCH wagging it's have a value of 929 centimeter inverse. And this stretching or bending or wagging like this, all these vibrations you can just see. You go to this website, you can see the representation. Now you can see the acetylene molecule. This is CH stretching, this is CH asymmetric stretching, CC stretching, also other vibration. This is wagging, this is another type of wagging, this is bending, and this is also bending. And here you can see lot of molecules are there. Next we can just check CO2. It's also written Raman active or IR active. Here some molecules they have provided, you can just check that thing. Here carbon dioxide, the asymmetric stretching is like this, and this is symmetric stretching. This is one type of bending, this is another type of bending. So in carbon dioxide 3 vibrational modes are there: asymmetric stretching, symmetric stretching, and bending. You can check other molecules from this site. I will put one link in the description box. You can visit this site. The correct answer is option D, 3400 centimeter inverse. You have to study at least some basic vibrational modes values for acetylene, carbon dioxide, water. At least these 3 you have to check. Last question in this video. The activation energy for disappearance of A for the following reaction is A gives B, A gives C. And for A gives B, the rate constant is K1, and A gives C, the rate constant is K2. We have to find out overall activation energy, and this representing a parallel reaction. So we can write the disappearance of A as minus dA by dx equal to K1A plus K2 A. We can take out A as common factor. We'll get K1 plus K2 into A. And so we can write K as K1 plus K2. We have Arrhenius equation K equal to A e raised to minus E by RT. A is the Arrhenius constant, E is the activation energy, R is the gas constant, T is the temperature. So we can write K as K1 plus K2. So replace K with this value. Then A e raised to minus E by RT equal to A1 e raised to minus E1 by RT plus A2 e raised to minus E2 by RT. Now we have to differentiate these values with respect to T. And we will get A raised to minus E by RT into minus E by RT square, that is equal to A1 e raised to minus E1 by RT into minus E1 by RT square plus A2 e raised to minus E2 by RT by A into minus E2 by RT square. And these values, A e raised to minus E by RT means K, A1 e raised to minus E1 by RT means K1, and this value representing K2. So we can rewrite this equation as K into minus E by RT square equal to K1 into minus E1 by RT square plus K2 into minus E2 by RT square. RT square is a common factor. We can cut that thing and we will get, finally we will get Ke equal to K1 E1 plus K2 E2. And we have to find out overall activation energy E, that is equal to K1 E1 plus K2 E2 divided by K, and K we can replace as K1 plus K2. So the final answer is activation energy E equal to K1 E1 plus K2 E2 divided by K1 plus K2, and the correct option is option A. These are the 10 questions, and if you have any doubt in this video, you can just comment, and if any answer is if you feel any answer is wrong, that also you can comment. If you like this video, like, share and subscribe Chem Agilam, and you can follow me on Chem Agilam Instagram, Facebook. Also you can mail me at chemagilam@gmail.com. Thank you for watching.